So we're first things first is we'll get some burley in the water. I've got some pillies that I can put in as burley, and let's see if we can get some of a bit of a slick happening. And I honestly think that it's one of the biggest mistakes most people make is not using burley. I was pretty much the only one catching anything yesterday, and I'm sure that that's because most people just don't put burley out. Now we'll put a teaser out for the squid. Sorry?
How are you, Tom?
Oh, good mate, how are you? All I'm doing is putting that swivel, you can keep it down buddy, putting that swivel through the mouth, through the mouth and out through the nostril, because that will, it's just teasing. We aren't trying to catch a squid on this actual rig, we're just trying to tease him in, and then we cast that out and we keep an eye on that float. Once that float starts going down, we know there's a squid, and then we slowly bring him in and then get him on one of our Inku squid jigs. Can already see in this really clear water some tommies hanging around, and I'm feeling pretty confident that again we can come away with a feed today. Yesterday I was just fishing off the end there, and we may move over there later in the session just because the current does move around here pretty quickly. So at the moment it's sort of hanging out back towards the east, but when the tide starts rushing out through those heads over there, you'll start see it coming out that way, and we'll move over to that over there. I caught a 47 centimetre flathead off of that sandier patch yesterday, but it's just not the right conditions to be on that side just yet. So let's try and get some squid, and I'm also going to flick, and I've been having lots of fun with it, the little Malosi Echo 80F. There's been some really cool salmon around the place. I've actually had snook jumping out the water, busting up at it. Probably not the right conditions for snook at the moment, but not going to be surprised. Just moves so great in the water. I'm not sure if you're going to pick it up on the head cam. Just a slow retrieve with a bit of a twitch, and when the salmon are around, they absolutely gobble it up. And yeah, it's not your typical way that you might catch salmon. We've also got the Malosi Marksman we can use, but it is fun when you see them come up to the top of the water and absolutely just open their mouths and gulp it down. And as I said, I was blown away the other day, and I didn't get it on video because it was too windy, but when I actually saw snook jumping out the water at, trying to smash the lure. Just going to let a bit more line out. It's a good way, this method, you can actually cover a bit of ground, and if you really want to, you can start the squid jig teaser at the start of the jetty and just let it float out, so you're covering more ground. On this instance, I actually obviously casted it out as you saw. Yesterday the action was almost immediate. I put the teaser in the water, it went straight down. We have caught, as you can see, the marks along the jetty here. I have pulled in a few squid on this spot over the past week. It's funny how everyone seems to go right down to the end. I guess they're probably more chasing whiting than they are squid and stuff, but this spot sort of halfway along is actually quite productive on the jetty here. You do normally, where all your ropes are along there, get the two prawn boats operate out of here tied up, and the fish, I caught quite a few salmon off the end of the boat. And just again, I'm just gonna let a little bit more line out. As I said, cover a bit of ground. We can tease them in from quite a long way, Oh, our teaser's just gone under, guys. We are on like Donkey Kong. So I'll grab the oh, it did go under. Let's hope it's still there. Grab the Inku Eggy rod with the glow tiger on it. Oh, that was really strange. He went right down and then weird. We have to be careful of these shags over here as well when they decide they want to go out and have a feed. They're not silly, they know that there's often fish under these floats. But yeah, that wasn't a shag, because if it was a shag it just would have ripped it straight off, and the fish is definitely still there. Well, that was a bit strange. Could have been a crab maybe, but I guess we'll just leave it out there for a bit longer and keep flicking this Malosi. I might actually change the Malosi over to the Marksman and just see if we can we've just got the Malosi Marksman in the 10 gram in the classic silver on, and we'll we should get a pretty good cast on that. And just a slow wind I've found has worked best. Yep, and we're on. And I think that's going to be a salmon, small one. But yeah, first cast. The Malosi Marksman are just absolutely working a treat. Looks like a reasonable sort of salmon trout, or a very big Tommy Ruff, but yeah, it looks more salmon trouty to me. Just want to keep him away from the pylons and bring him up. And there's our first catch of the day. So yeah, he's a good little catch. We're not really keeping them this size because we've got a bit of fish and squid in the freezer already, but they're fun to catch. And the one thing I will say on this jetty is the pelicans and the seagulls are shameless. So yeah, that might have been a crab before. That's been eaten out by the guts though. It's got some marks on the back too. So could have been a squid and or a crab. But getting back to it, the birds here are absolutely shameless. Make sure you cover up any of your baits, any of your fish or whatever, because they will literally come down and just grab it. You've got to put your fish away straight away. Don't leave it sitting on the jetty. Even if you're bleeding it out, just find another way to bleed it out. Don't even leave it in a bucket. They'll take the fish out of the bucket. So I'm just putting that fish under that bag, and we'll give this Marksman another go. That breeze has picked up quite significantly. It's like weird. Just keeping an eye out for where that shag went. He looks like he's heading back to the pontoon. You can see how strong that wind is. That jag has come all the way, that squid jig has come all the way up to the top now. That's crazy how that wind just picked up. It's almost like, no mate, you're filming, remember? Well guys, I'm not sure what just happened because the wind has just absolutely picked up a big stink. And yeah, I just have absolutely no idea where this wind has suddenly picked up from. It's been like this all week. It's been so hard to film a video because the wind. And fishing it, like it's sometimes been almost unfishable. You think you got a dead calm flat day and you've been out on the boat and suddenly the wind just picks up out of nowhere. I mean, luckily we're in a pretty well protected bay. Even when you get a fair wind, you know, it's still okay boating weather. Just want to get a video for you guys and it goes mental. So I guess it'll be a short, sharp one if it doesn't improve fairly quickly. Oh, dropped it. So just flicking the Malosi Marksman again. Had a couple of tappity tap taps and just doing a really slow wind, guys. About the only positive with this wind is we're getting a pretty long cast in with the Malosi Marksman. And I guess with this bit windier weather, just a little touch there, we might be getting some interest from the salmon. Oh, big. I think they, yeah, another one. Yeah, I think this might just be a Tommy, guys. Doesn't feel very big. It's definitely a fish. And if it is a Tommy, that's good. I'll keep it for a teaser. Because as I said earlier, we're down to our last couple of teasers, so might be another smaller salmon. Don't want to get hooked on that. Yeah, it feels salmonish the way it's, oh, he just got off there. That's all right. I think there's a few out there with the taps I've been getting. And I'm also just keeping an eye on that float still, because I think we will get some action on the squid today, even though it's a bit blowy. So I've caught snook on this lure out on this side as well. Probably more in that patch down over there, but can't believe that wind is just, it literally was like flicking a switch. It just picked up. And yeah, we might try just in line with that pontoon. We haven't sort of flicked this one out there yet. And we know that's the area where the Burley's been wafting. Touch, touch, and we've got one, guys. This is a better salmon, I think. Good head shakes. He's coming right into the jetty. He's a good size one. So as I said, just 3 to 5 kilo. We've got a 3000 ITX Akuma reel with this red belly. And this is really my whoa, that was pretty cool. So he's probably going to be a keeper. Just want to get him away from the pylons. They do seem to want to be smart enough. Just sort of wearing him out. He's swimming to that pylon. And I reckon before he tosses those, we'll bring him up. And that's a pretty good salmon for a jetty fish. Oh, I didn't bring my phone with me, so we can't get a photo of it. But yeah, on the Malosi Marksman, he's not going to survive anyway with the way he's hooked. But yeah, he's probably, you know, I don't know, 35 centimetres. Pretty good size. Certainly can't complain. As I said, that's the TT rods. 3 to 6 kilo, sorry, 5 to 20 gram lure. We're casting the 10 gram, casting that 10 gram Malosi. Perfect little lure for fish this size. But you know, you'll get a couple of good fillets off of that. Rightio guys, we'll give it another crack now that we've brought that teaser in a bit closer. See if we can hook another salmon. Try again. Strange not even to get a tap, to be honest. I'm really casting it at that pontoon and the wind is just bringing it slightly left. As I said, just a slow wind, nothing too aggressive. And there's a bite. We got another one. It's not, this is a Tommy. It's got to be a Tommy, it's tiny. Which is good. We'll have oh, and the salmon chasing it. That was funny. There's still some bigger salmon out there. Yeah, we lost him again. Just, it's probably too big of hooks for tiny Tommies like that, really. The Malosis come with the BKK hooks, so they are good quality hooks. They are sticky enough. I don't mind catching a Tommy, but one of those bigger salmon that were following it would have been a bit more fun. But we're hooking up, that's the main thing. Catching a few fish. The wind is disappointing, but it is what it is. Can't do much about it. Yeah, that's a bigger fish. And the bloody shag's chasing it. Piss off, shag. That's a nice salmon. He's certainly taking some line. His shag wants to eat him, but you can just piss off. Oh, dropped it. That's annoying. That's annoying, but it was a good little fight, good hook up. And I'm sure there's more than one out there, so we'll give it a go. It was actually just in this clearer patch here. As I got in there, it was where I saw that salmon chase that Tommy before, so I just slowed it down a touch. Oh, and just like that, I was about to move the teaser and we've picked him up. So if I lose my... Yeah, it's another nice salmon. Well, it's not as big as that first one, or that one we just had, but yeah, he can go back. But yeah, he took that on the pause. I was about to pull this in. He's gone after it. Whether he gets it, I don't know if he's quick enough. But we're hooking up onto a few, and that's the main thing. These Malosi lures have certainly proven their worth all the way down here in South Australia. I'm surprised we haven't had a squid on the teaser, because we're actually in a pretty good spot for it, to be honest. It's like closer into the jetty where it's a bit calmer. We can see that Burley going straight out there. So hopefully that'll bring more salmon in. We're just going to cast a bit more out into that Burley trail. There should definitely be Tommies and hopefully some larger salmon out there now, chasing the Tommies. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're on a Tommy. It's tiny. But as I said, I need some squid teasers. So as long as we can keep it on, we can put it in the bag as a squid teaser. They're very good at throwing the hooks. Just got to get him up and over. And he's really, there we go. He's a perfect size for a squid teaser. Given this wind and that angler that was over there has moved, I'm actually going to move everything down there. And it's really quite easy to move, I find, now that I've got my cart, my Vivor cart. I'll put a link in the description. I think it was about $270 odd. It was pretty easy to make. There's a video on my channel where I pull it all together. I've had it for, I reckon, a year now, or probably just under, and it's held together really well. Tyres need to be pumped up every now and again, just like any other tyre. I've had to just tighten up these Allen keys here, Allen screws once or twice, but nothing drastic. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and with the link in the description you can get a 5% discount on it, and of course I'll also get a small referral fee. But yeah, absolutely love it, all powder coated. So yeah, it's been easy to look after. So that was easy, just packed up the cart and redeployed the Burley cage. Now I've got some clear sand patch here that I can cast, or that I can fish in. You can see some little fish down there. We're just going to go a little bit further out there. Oh, getting bites already. I think it's just the Tommies, because it's that tat-tat-tat-tat-tat, what I call it, I guess, the machine gun bite. But this bank drops away here really well, so I think that's a good spot for your flatties as well. As I said, got a reasonable one yesterday. But who knows, we might get some King George whiting here too. And we'll just put that here, keep an eye on it, and also get that squid teaser out again. I'm going to throw the squid teaser that way, and it should obviously go that way. And while we're doing that, we'll keep an eye on that float, keep an eye on our rod, and we're allowed to fish with one more. And we'll flick some more with the Malosi Marksman. Interesting, that float's not moving across, so while the wind is going that way, the tide may have be stopped or going back the other way, and therefore it's the wind versus the tide. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Well, we just threw the Malosi again. It's been a bit quiet, but I think we've got another salmon. Don't think it's huge. Just trying to keep him away from that teaser. Nice little jump. Oh, and he got off. Well, the GoPro battery just decided to die as I was bringing that fish in. He actually just got off, but yeah, good to get a hook up. Let's see if we can go again. So we'll try that again. What I do have to be aware of is this teaser line here, because that has moved along. It's sort of right in the way where I'm going to bring a fish in too. That last one tried to head over to it. So we're definitely getting a few bends on the rod, which is nice. I like to land a few more, especially the bigger ones. And I'd love this squid teaser to go under and show you how we can catch a squid out here. I've caught plenty of them. You probably don't believe me. If you follow my Instagram, Matt's Fishing Escapes on Instagram, you'll often see a lot more content than what I just post here. I don't tend to be doing videos as often these days, just time and work and whatever. Yeah, I've got another one. I think it's just a Tommy, which is fine. We'll add it to the squid teaser bag. But again, I haven't seen too many people catching anything these days, today I mean. So I'm quite happy just to be catching a few fish. Yeah, it's just a little Tommy. Let's hope he doesn't throw hooks. And if he does now, that's fine, because he'll be on the jetty. But yeah, these aren't big, but there are some big ones out there, but they're perfect for as I said, for a squid teaser. Oh, some bit bigger Tommies down here. Let's see if we can entice them. I'm coming over to have a look. Bites. Just need them to commit. Got him. Doesn't feel that big, to be honest. Just another teaser. Probably not even that, to be honest. There's definitely some bigger ones than that down there. Sometimes it's nice just to land another fish, give yourself a chance. Another little Tommy here. It's actually not too bad. A bit bigger Tommy. Just got to stay away from that. We're over there under that teaser line. It's a little salmon. Not a bad little salmon, but yeah, it's got that blackened, what's going on here, guys? It's got that little blackened tail, not quite on the ends like that, but yeah. Another salmon, I think. Oh, shag's coming after it. Oh, no, come here. Oh! I think. Huh? No. It's a big whiting. Looked like a whiting, and I think he got it. It definitely was those whiting sort of tap bites. That's why I turned the camera on, because I thought it was going to be. It wasn't the tap 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 tap. And then I think I got bitten off on the jetty. Could have been a flatty even. That's almost, yeah, might have been a flatty, to be honest, because that's almost a bit chafed. Yeah, I think it was a flatty. Good size flatty. Put that back down there and get this teaser out. And who knows, a fresh Tommy might be just what the squid are looking for. They definitely had a crack at that other one. There was bite marks like off the back of the head. So I just want to say that teaser is down under the water, right? You can see it out there, it's under the water. Maybe the fresh squid did the trick. Sorry, the fresh Tommy, but let's get this. There's a bit of weed on this. No, it's not. It's definitely under Get that in the water. Now, let's see if we can tease it in. I'm just doing it very slowly because these squid are super sketchy. It's sort of like that feeling of about time, guys. I've only had this teaser or a teaser in the water for about, I don't know, 3 hours or something. But again, that fresher Tommy, maybe a little bit more silver colour, maybe it was just a little bit more interest for him. This is a great way to catch squid, guys. Like, as I said, you don't have to be out there jigging all the time. So he's let go. He's coming back for it. He really wants it. You can see him chasing it. Just let him keep up with it. It's a reasonable sized squid. There's my jig. Where's he gone? There he goes, he's on my jig. Well, he's thinking about it. He's got it, beautiful. Well, he hasn't inked yet. Oh, he has now, and he's got off. Let's put it back in the water, see if he comes back for it, but unlikely. When they get far out, you've got to be kidding me. The only squid of the day. He was only just hooked. That is super annoying, guys. Usually when they get hooked like that, they don't come back. It is a great technique, and it does usually work not like that. All right, first things first, let's get this teaser out there again, because he may still go for the fish, and if we get him on the fish, he may come back. I won't put it out too far, just in case he's in the area. Far out, that's annoying. He was a good sized squid too. Well, this isn't something that you see every day. I just pulled the Burley cage up, and it looks like a little old starfish has been having a free feed. We'll put some more Burley in. We'll flick him back. Bye, and get this Burley cage back down. All right, guys, we've got that float under again. Let's see if we can catch one this time. Just going to put the jig down there. Bring him in slowly. Feels like a reasonable one. Good sized squid. He's just let go, so we'll just let him come back. I can't see him in the water, that's weird. He's on it now. I'm just going to let go. He should come straight onto my jig. Yeah, he's backing up to my jig now. He's all over it. I think he's got it right in his mouth, giving him plenty of time on it. Now we've got him, finally. And I reckon he's probably the same one because he's fairly large. We're just going to lift him up. That's why I love these Inku eggy rods. They absolutely have no problem with lifting up really good squid. And he's a beauty. We've got a full complement there of the Inku Squid float, and getting him, and he's, that's, I don't actually have a ruler on me today, that's my foot, so that's a good sort of 26 centimetre hood, I think. I'll give him the chop and put him in the bag. Honestly, just almost ecstatic to catch and land that one finally, but yeah, we'll keep going because it's while it's a bit windy, it's a good day out here, and there should be some more squid to come. All right, guys, we've finally nailed a squid on the Inku Glow Tiger. That's number 2 that we hopefully will land. Looks reasonable again, right in the crown. Excuse me, mate, I'm just gonna, my ink on you. There we go. Yeah, he's about a medium size for what we've been getting last week or so. Come here, mate. Oh, yeah, reasonable size, good eating size. He'll go in the bag with the other one. Oh, and we've got one on the teaser out here as well. I'm going to put this one, leave him chewing on that. I'm just going to put this one in the bag because we know what these birds are like. They'll come and grab it if I leave it. Doesn't feel, oh yeah, no, he's just let go. So it's all sort of happening again. Just, yeah, slowly, you can see how slowly I'm winding that. He's just, they're so skittish. They're not really committing hard. He's pulling on that again. Hopefully you can see it in the water. Should come over to it any moment. I don't think they like coming out, there he is. I don't think they really like coming out into that clearer water. I think it's maybe a little bit too dangerous for them. We'll give this another go. Oh yeah, there he is. He's coming over to it now. He's on it. We just need to get him to have a good... He's pretty much... I can't see the jig. Oh, he's backed off it. Wow. And then he's come up and we've got him. You can just see him inking down there. Oh, I feel like we've only just got him. I'm just going to drag him around and then up. Oh, we've got a good... It's not just a candle, we've got a good... Another one! That's my dad down there, if you hadn't worked that out, guys. So again, just on the Inku Glow Tiger. Perfect for these sorts of conditions, nice and sunny. And one of my favourite jigs in the Inku range. Along with the, actually I've started to get really happy with the Inku Glow Pink and Glow Orange. If you want to try out the Inku Squid Tackle gear, use discount code MATSFishing and you'll get 10% off store wide, and you'll also be supporting the channel, which I'd greatly appreciate. So yeah, nice little squid. We'll give him the chop and then we'll put him in the bag before the pelicans and or the Pacific gulls come and grab him. But it's good to see that the squid are starting to come on now. We'll put the squid teaser back out because I reckon we could definitely potentially land a few more here. And it's turning into a pretty good session. Well, I've tried a bit more squidding without much more success, so we'll just keep that teaser out there and keep an eye on it. Might throw the Malosi Marksman again and see if we can't find a school of salmon. I guess the thing I've found with the gear that I've bought over the last couple of years since I've been doing the channel, going to smaller, lighter outfits, braid, just lets me cover more ground when you're land-based. If you are stuck on heavy line and gear, with some garfish out here, then the garfish are chasing the lure. If you're stuck with heavy gear, you just won't cast as far. When you're land-based, it means you're not covering as much distance. Whether it's a metal lure such as what I'm throwing now, which I don't know if you can see how far that went out, or a squid jig, or whatever you want to cover some ground with, a stick bait or whatever, the more opportunity to cover more ground is going to give you more action. We'll flick over to the ADF Echo. Oh no, we won't, because that float, if you saw that, just went down. So why don't we get this squiddly diddly in first? It could be a crab. I haven't felt a pull. Now I have, so it's definitely a squid. It's quite a reasonable trace. You can see the squid at the back there. He is, oh no, he got the fish off. He got a free feed. Oh, well, he was a strong squid. He got a free feed, that's all right. If he wins that game, he can win it. He got the whole fish off, so that clip's still on. So I guess that's a win for the squid. We'll get another teaser on and get it out there. So this is always a little bit of fun, especially if I can get a take on camera. Yep, that's a Tommy. First cast, these lures just are a lot of fun on the top water. Might be a reasonable Tommy, to be honest. It's definitely a Tommy the way it's fighting. It's not a salmon. It's a big one, but it's definitely a Tommy. That's a, yeah, stonker little Tommy on the Malosi Echo ADF coming up to grab at top water. Did have one in his mouth and one in his side here. We'll keep that for a squid teaser. This Malosi Echo ADF is fast becoming one of my favourite lures. It's such a dynamic little lure, and when you see the fish come up and buff it, or there's one chasing it just then, when you see the fish come up and buff it, it's quite cool, like lots of fun. All right, our float's back under, boys and girls. Another squidly on the float. Let's see if we can land this one. Feels reasonable. So he just pulled off of that. It's gone back under. He's back on it. Yeah, it's a squid, getting that distinctive pulling. He's off it again. Don't want these shags too interested in this. I wonder if he's going to come back. It's certainly been a battle with these guys. Unless there is some predatory snook or something down there. I think he's back on it. Potentially. Yeah, surely. Yeah. Looks big. Oh. Alright guys, well this one's for you because I actually changed head cameras, batteries, right in the middle of this squid. So let's see if we can land him. He's definitely had a good feed. So he should be pretty into it by now. Get. I've just got to bring my jig up. He's looking for the fish going up. Now he's... Just bring it up over the top of him. Oh, where's he going? There he is. Should have seen my jig. He's on it. He's got the wrong end. And we got him. Just like that. It's a big one. See the bend on that rod? We're going to scoot him around here. No, it's all right. I got him. Yep, stand out the way. That is a massive squid. That is a very good squid. And there you go, guys. He's very large. It's my handprint there. As I said, I don't have a measure on me today, but that's got to be a good sort of 30 centimetre hood at least. And we'll get him in the bag and add him to the catch for the day. And we'll sort out this teaser and get him back out in the water. This Tommy is definitely delivered. He's, you can see again, if you haven't seen my videos before, the squid will always attack on the back here. If you're getting attacks here, then that's probably crabs. But yeah, you can just see how amazing that Inku Squid Tackle rod is. Even a squid like that, I didn't have any problems whatsoever lifting that up. So don't forget, if you want to support the channel, if you want to catch more squid, jump onto inkusquidtackle.com.au, use code MATSFishing and you'll save 10%. The squid, I think, if you're in South Australia and you're worried about the algal bloom, I think the squid are going to be the first species that recover, because they do breed fairly rapidly, especially when they have low populations. I was about to say, while we wait for that float to go down, we'll go back to that, but I've literally just had that float go down again in that exact same spot where that last one came from. So we're on again, and hopefully I don't have to change GoPro batteries in the midst of it. Feels like another reasonable sized one. Hasn't let go yet. Just keep bringing him in. Doesn't seem fussed at all. Coming in at a okay pace. Oh, he's let go of it now. But I think he's had enough of a feed that he's following it pretty hard. You can probably see him there in the water. Just going to let it sink just a bit. Actually let him get back down where he feels comfortable grabbing on. Flick out our glow tiger. Just going to put it between my legs. Get him off. They often back, so that jig is literally right behind him. And he's on it. And he's taken it. And we're on. It's just like that, guys. It's no more difficult than that. Obviously we missed those first couple. And again, this rod is doing exactly what it should be doing. Taking those lunges very easily from the squid. We're going to bring him around. He's right on the crown. And we're going to lift him up and over. And add to our squid markings. I think those boys coming on the jetty just saw me land it and they're like, quick, let's get our squid jigs. But good luck, boys. Unless you're using Inku Squid Tackle, you're probably not going to get one. Because, honestly, this whole week, without bragging, I've been slaying the squid. Been absolutely slaying the squid with this setup. And yeah, not many others have landed really anything at all. So, as I said, the gear you use is really important. Not only, you know, for catching the squid, but giving you the confidence to do it. Cast further, cover more ground, let your teasers go out, bring them back in, don't have them on a spike. The squid are just too clever in some areas for that. And, you know, these can be your result. As you can see, that teaser's getting a fair workout. I reckon we'll get it back out into that spot again. Seems to be the spot to be. Just out there. It's interesting because it is going that way. It might almost be time to change sides and go off for that corner. In fact, before these other people arrive, It's exactly what I'm going to do. So some people might think this is pretty counterintuitive. The wind is coming straight this way. We've gone to this end where the wind is coming straight in our face. But the current here at Venus Bay is really strong. Even with the wind going that way, the current's going out and it's taking your floats that way. So while the guys have just stolen or taken my spot where they saw me catch the squid, I don't think they're going to have much luck because we've now got prime position on this corner when the floats are going to be going that way. I might also get my bait into the water because I really don't think actually the squidding like that is going to be too productive into the wind. Again, we're not going to cover a lot of ground for our value for money. So I'm just going to leave that in the water. Sorry, just going to leave that here. Just going to leave that there for the float that's in the water, and I'm going to get in here my paternoster. I'm not going to be surprised because again, we haven't fished out here for around another 24 hours that we do actually land a squid off the corner here fairly quickly. Again, no one's been fishing this side for the whole day. Everyone's been fishing the northern side of the jetty, so I think anything's possible. So I'm just sitting down on the jetty trying to keep out of the wind. I was thinking that maybe those squid came on just then before because of the change in tide, so it was going that way, now it's going that way even though the wind is coming this way. Getting pretty hard to fish, so I'm going to take you to the cleaning table and the Venus Bay jetty, and we're going to have a look and check out what we caught, and I don't know, there might be some friends there that we can say hello to. So this is the Venus Bay cleaning station. Good little setup. And some of our friends down there might join us shortly. You can see them just waddling down. They've got to know me quite well over the last 10 days. We'll check out what we've got in the bag and lay it out on the table. That's the big monster, medium monster. It's number 3 and number 4, which is probably the smallest one of the lot. Oh no, number 5 is number 4, still the smallest one. We've got our salmon that we caught. Here are some of our little friends. G'day guys. This one in the middle is particularly being a friend. He's got a little bit of yellow on his breast there. He's been super friendly and coming around seeing me whenever he can. So I've chopped all the tentacles off this, well, all of them, to use as bait. Even if I don't use them here in the next few days, I can take them home, put them in the freezer, be good whiting bait. And yeah, these are our little mates here, and I'm just pulling out that guts. Who wants it? Ah, be nice. Where's my little mate there? No, he didn't get it, but yeah, they're all pretty keen. That one down there ended up getting the squid head and guts, and he's a bit excited. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching this video, jetty fishing at Venus Bay, and watch this video next.